Welcome to Lento English. Ready to level up your English? Here we learn through stories, slow, clear, and fun. Listen, relax, and enjoy the journey.
One introduction. Gold is a very special metal. It shines brightly with a beautiful yellow color. People like gold very much because it does not change its look easily. It does not rust and it stays shiny for a very long time. These qualities make it perfect for many uses. For many hundreds of years, people have used gold to make beautiful things. They create pretty jewelry like rings, necklaces, and bracelets. Gold is also used for valuable coins and other important objects. Its beauty, strength, and lasting shine make it very popular and highly valued all over the world. When you see a piece of gold, it looks so perfect and timeless. Have you ever stopped to think about where this amazing metal truly comes from? Does it simply appear in the ground, ready to be found, or does it have a much longer, more interesting story? The journey of gold is far more surprising than you might imagine. It does not begin on our planet, Earth. In fact, its story starts in a place very, very far away. It travels an incredibly long distance across vast, empty spaces to reach us. This book will take you on an exciting adventure to uncover the true origin of gold. We will explore its long and surprising journey from a distant, faraway place. You will learn how this beautiful, strong, and valuable metal first arrived here. Get ready to discover the incredible history of gold, from its beginnings in a place you might not expect, all the way to becoming the precious metal we know and use today. 2. A very special metal. Gold is a very special metal, different from many others. It has many qualities that people like and value highly. One of the first things you notice about gold is its beautiful, shiny, yellow color. This color is very bright and catches the eye. Gold also feels smooth and heavy when you hold it. Its unique look has always attracted people. One very important quality of gold is that it does not rust. Many other metals can rust or change their color over time, especially when exposed to air and water. But gold stays the same. It does not turn green, brown, or black. It keeps its bright, yellow look for a very long time, almost forever. This special quality makes gold perfect for making things that people want to keep for many generations, like family items. It also means gold does not need much care to stay beautiful. For many thousands of years, people have used gold for important items. Long ago, kings and queens wore gold jewelry to show their power and wealth. People also made coins from gold. These gold coins were used to buy and sell things because they were valuable and easy to carry. Gold was good for coins because it did not wear away easily. Today, gold is still widely used for jewelry, such as rings, necklaces, and bracelets. It is also used in some modern technologies, like computers, because it is a very good conductor of electricity. People have always thought gold was extremely valuable. Its unique beauty is one big reason. The fact that it does not rust or lose its shine is another strong reason. Unlike many common metals, gold is also quite rare. You cannot find large amounts of gold everywhere. Because it is hard to find and has all these special, lasting qualities, gold has always been seen as something precious and important. It shows wealth, power, and lasting beauty. This is why, from ancient times until now, gold has held a very high place in human history and culture. It is not just a metal, it is a symbol of enduring value. 3. Gold from the stars. You know that gold is a very special metal. It is beautiful, shiny, and does not rust. People have always seen it as valuable. But did you ever think about where this amazing metal truly comes from? The answer might surprise you. Gold is not from our planet Earth. It comes from a very, very far away place, space itself. Imagine stars as giant, powerful factories that float in the sky. These factories are not like the ones we have here on Earth. They are incredibly enormous balls of hot, burning gas. They are much, much bigger than our entire planet many times over. Inside these cosmic factories, incredible things happen all the time. Our own sun is a star, but it is a medium-sized one. Inside the sun, lighter elements like hydrogen join together to make helium. This process creates the light and heat that warm our planet. However, the sun is not big enough or hot enough to create gold. To make gold, you need a very, very special kind of star. You need a truly giant star. These giant stars are much, much larger than our sun. Some of them can be hundreds of times bigger. Deep inside their cores, the conditions are extreme. The heat is unbelievable, reaching billions of degrees. The pressure is also immense, pushing everything together with an incredible, powerful force. In these extreme conditions, these stars work like nature's own alchemists, changing one element into another. For millions and millions of years, these giant stars keep working. Lighter elements such as hydrogen and helium are pushed together with immense force. They combine to form heavier elements. First, they create elements like carbon and oxygen. Then they make even heavier ones such as silicon and iron. It is a slow, steady process, building up elements one by one like building blocks in a cosmic structure. But to make the heaviest and most precious elements, like gold, an even more powerful process is needed. Only the very biggest stars can reach the necessary conditions for this. Deep within their hearts, the immense heat and pressure fuse atoms together. This process creates elements that are very dense and heavy. Gold is one of these very heavy elements. It is born from the powerful forces deep inside these enormous stars. So the next time you see a piece of gold, remember its true origin. It is not just a metal dug from the ground. It is a tiny piece of a star. It began its life in the heart of a giant, burning cosmic factory, millions of light years away in the vastness of space. This incredible journey from a distant star to a precious item here on Earth makes gold even more amazing. It truly is gold from the stars, a valuable gift from the universe. 4. When stars explode. Stars live for a very, very long time. They are like giant balls of hot gas. Inside these stars, amazing things happen. As we learned, very big stars work like factories. They make new heavy elements deep inside their hearts. Gold is one of these special elements. But even the biggest stars do not live forever. Their lives have a beginning and an end. When a very big star gets very old, something incredible happens. It reaches the end of its long life. For billions of years, a big star uses its fuel. It burns brightly, making light and heat. But one day, the fuel starts to run out. When this happens, the star cannot hold itself together anymore. It begins to change. The center of the star pulls in on itself. It gets very, very dense and hot. This is the moment before a huge event. This huge event is called a supernova. A supernova is the biggest explosion that can happen in space. Imagine something so powerful that it shines brighter than an entire galaxy for a short time. It is the final, very bright flash of a dying star. This is how a very big star ends its life. It does not just fade away. It explodes with a powerful burst of energy. When a star explodes in a supernova, it throws out everything it has made. All the elements that were created inside its core, like the gold, are pushed out into space. Think of it like a giant cosmic firework. The force of the explosion sends these elements traveling at incredible speeds. They go far away from where the star used to be. These scattered elements, including all the gold, do not just disappear. They mix with the gas and dust that float in space. They become part of huge clouds. These clouds are called nebulae. Over millions of years, these clouds can slowly come together. They can form new stars and even new planets. So, the gold that was made in one star can travel through space and become part of a whole new star system. This is how gold begins its long journey from a faraway star through the emptiness of space and towards new places. 5. A gift from space. The Earth was very different a long, long time ago. It was not like the Earth we know today. Billions of years ago, our planet was just starting. It was a hot, rocky place. There were no oceans or trees. There was no life. The surface was still forming. It was a busy time in space around our young Earth. Many rocks and dust were flying around. The solar system was still very new. Planets were growing bigger by collecting these pieces. Earth was one of these growing planets. It was a time of many changes and big events in space. In space, there are many rocks. Some are very big, like small moons. Others are as small as a grain of sand. These rocks travel around the sun. Sometimes these space rocks come close to a planet. When a space rock enters a planet's air, it can get very hot. It glows brightly. We sometimes call them shooting stars when we see them in the night sky, but most of these rocks do not burn up completely. The pieces that land on a planet are called meteorites. A meteorite is a piece of rock or metal that falls to Earth from space. They can be different sizes. Some are very small and some are very large. Many billions of years ago, the young Earth was still forming. There were many meteorites flying through space. These meteorites were not empty. Some of them carried special things inside. They carried elements that were made in exploding stars far away. One of these elements was gold. These meteorites had traveled for a very long time. They had come from places far beyond our solar system. As the Earth grew, it pulled these space rocks towards it. Gravity is a strong force. It made the meteorites crash into the Earth. It was a time of many impacts. Thousands and thousands of meteorites hit the Earth's surface. Each crash brought new material to our planet. These crashes happened over millions of years. It was like a constant rain of rocks from space. So, the gold that was made in distant stars and then spread by supernovas did not stay in space forever. It found a ride. It traveled inside these space rocks, the meteorites. When the meteorites landed on Earth, they brought the gold with them. This means that the first gold on our planet came from outside. It was not made here. It was a gift from space. Billions of years ago, this is how our planet received its first supply of this precious metal. Without these space visitors, Earth might not have had gold. This amazing journey from stars through space and onto our planet is how gold first arrived here. 6. Gold inside our world. When gold first arrived on Earth, our planet was very young. It was a hot, soft place still forming. The gold came with meteorites, as you learned in the last chapter. At that time, the Earth was like a giant ball of melted rock, constantly changing. Because gold is a very heavy metal, it started to sink quickly. It moved down through the soft, hot material of the new Earth. Most of this gold went very deep inside the planet. It sank towards the center, into the core and mantle layers. So, a large amount of Earth's gold is still far below us, deep in the ground, where it is very hard for people to reach. But how does some gold come closer to the surface, where we can find it? Inside the Earth, there is a lot of heat and great pressure. This pressure comes from the weight of all the rocks above. There is also water deep underground that gets extremely hot. This superheated water moves through small cracks and openings in the rocks. As this hot water moves, it can pick up tiny bits of gold that are spread out in the deep rocks. The water acts like a special liquid, able to carry the gold with it. This process of hot water moving and carrying gold happens very slowly, over millions of years. As the hot water moves upwards, away from the intense heat of the Earth's core, it slowly starts to cool down. When the water cools, it cannot hold the gold anymore. The gold then becomes solid again. It settles and forms thin lines or layers inside the surrounding rocks. These lines of gold are called veins. Imagine looking at a dark rock and seeing a small, shiny path or thread running through it. These gold veins can be very small, almost like a hair, or sometimes much wider, like a finger. They are found in many different types of rock, deep under the ground, hidden from view. Over a very long time, some of these rocks that contain gold veins move closer to the Earth's surface. This can happen because of big changes in the Earth, such as mountains slowly forming or land moving. Once these gold-bearing rocks are closer to the surface, the weather begins to work on them. Rain, wind, and ice slowly break the rocks into smaller pieces. This natural process is called weathering. As the rocks break apart, the small pieces of gold that were inside the veins are set free. These tiny, freed gold pieces are then washed by rainwater. The water carries them from the hills and mountains down into small streams. These small streams then flow into bigger rivers. Because gold is much heavier than sand or most other rocks, it often sinks to the bottom of the rivers and streams. It can collect there in certain spots, waiting to be found by people. So gold can be found both deep inside solid rocks as veins, and as tiny, loose pieces in riverbeds. This long journey from deep inside the Earth to a river is a natural wonder. 7. Looking for gold. Gold is a special metal, but finding it is not easy. It often hides deep inside the Earth. People use different ways to look for gold. These ways depend on where the gold is found. One main way to find gold is called mining. Miners go very deep into the ground. They dig long tunnels and shafts into the earth. Sometimes these tunnels go down hundreds of meters. Miners use big machines and special tools to break apart hard rocks. They look for places where gold is mixed with other rock. These places are called gold veins or ore. It is hard and dangerous work to find these veins. Miners spend many hours underground, bringing out large amounts of rock. Once the rock is out of the ground, the gold is still hidden inside it. The rock does not look like shiny gold. It is just ordinary rock with tiny pieces of gold in it. To get the gold out, workers take these rocks to a special place. First, they crush the big rocks into very small pieces. They make the rock into a fine powder. Then they use different methods to separate the gold from the rock powder. Because gold is very heavy, it sinks easily. This helps them to wash away the lighter rock and keep the gold. This process needs a lot of water and big machines. After many steps, they can get the pure gold. Another way to look for gold is called panning. This method is often used in rivers and streams. When wind and rain break down rocks, small pieces of gold can wash into the water. These tiny pieces of gold travel down the rivers. People use a special round, shallow pan to find them. They scoop up sand, gravel, and water from the riverbed into the pan. Then they carefully shake and swirl the pan. They add more water and let some of the dirty water flow out. As they swirl, the lighter sand and small stones wash away over the edge of the pan. This works because gold is much heavier than most other materials in the river. When the pan is swirled, the heavy gold sinks quickly to the bottom of the pan. The lighter sand and gravel stay on top and are washed away. After some time, only the heavy gold pieces are left at the bottom of the pan. These pieces can be very small, like flakes, or sometimes bigger, like small nuggets. Panning is a slower way to find gold, but it can be done by one person with simple tools. Both mining and panning help people find this valuable metal that came from far away. 8. The story of gold. We have learned about gold. It is a very special metal. Its story is long and interesting. Gold does not rust and it is very shiny. People have liked gold for thousands of years. They use it for jewelry and coins because it is beautiful and valuable. Gold has always been important to humans. It feels like a piece of magic from another world. This is because its journey truly starts far away. Gold is born inside huge stars. These stars are much bigger than our sun. When these very big stars get old, they explode. This big explosion is called a supernova. A supernova is very powerful. It pushes tiny bits of gold and other new things out into the universe. So gold travels through space for a very long time, like dust floating in the wind. Many, many years ago, when our planet Earth was still young and forming, rocks from space hit it. These rocks are called meteorites. They carried gold with them from far away. This is how gold first came to Earth. The gold then sank deep inside the hot, new Earth. It mixed with the rocks there very far below the surface. Over time, hot water inside the Earth moved the gold. This hot water pushed some gold closer to the surface. This gold formed in lines, called veins, inside rocks under the ground. Also, rain and wind can wash small pieces of gold out of these rocks. These tiny pieces then flow into rivers and streams carried by the water. People have always looked for gold. They find it in two main ways. One way is mining. Miners dig deep under the ground to find gold in rocks. They use special tools to get the gold out of the hard rock. The other way is panning. People use a special pan to wash river sand and small stones. Because gold is very heavy, it stays at the bottom of the pan while the lighter sand washes away. So, think about a piece of gold, like a gold ring on your finger. It has traveled an incredible distance. It started as dust from an exploding star. It floated through space for millions of years. It rode on a meteorite to Earth. It rested deep in the ground, then moved up to rocks or into a river. Finally, people found it and made it into something beautiful for us to see and wear. This long and difficult journey makes gold very special. It is rare because it is hard to find. It is precious because it is beautiful and lasts a long time without changing. The next time you see gold, remember its amazing story. It is truly a gift from the stars, a small piece of the universe right here with us on Earth.